Mike King is in the business. Mike King is in the business. Mike King is in the business. Mike King is in the business, man.
Hi, you know who I am. Make sure you check out my man, Mike King Biz. His program, On the Mic with Mike Orvier, is the best business-ish radio program in Orvier. Mike King Biz Radio can be heard on ESPN Richmond 106.1 and The Choice 105.3. Me and Minnie listen every day, and you should too.
On the Mic with Mike, ESPN Richmond 106.1. That's where we are. It's part of the Mike King Biz Radio Network, which is also the Choice 105.3 and the International Business Growth Radio. We are global. Yes, we are. So we are global. Mike King Biz here, coming to you from the ESPN studio here today with our good friend LaShawanda Moore of Launch Trampoline Park over in Southside, over in Victoria Square Shopping Center. Welcome to the program, ma'am.
Thank you, Mike.
All right. So now, you guys have a lot going on over there at Launch. But now, I always give you got the stump speech. I'm not sure whether you sound like a politician or a preacher talking about the basis of what Launch is and what it means to the community. Let's talk.
Mike, it is in our heart. We believe that everyone should have an equal rights opportunity to an enjoyable and sustainable
We just had
life.
an election. You missed your calling. I'm not sure whether it was the election or a church service, but that's what you guys believe. That's you and your husband, that's your family. That's the basis of Launch.
Yeah, that's why we did this thing, right? Because we wanted to present an opportunity, not a handout, but a hand up for people to have an enjoyable and sustainable life at our park.
Okay, where's Launch located? And let's talk. You always drop in the square footage. It's a big place, going on.
Yes, it's a 29,000 square foot facility on the corner of Genito and Hull Street in Victorian Square Shopping Center, right next to the Dollar Tree.
Right next to the Dollar Tree, right across my good friend. One of the sponsor the show.
Yes.
Chef Michelle Wilson, Mama Michelle's Cafe. Okay, so you are the business owner. This is a business show. You have been challenged like everyone else. The pandemic, you guys went above and beyond. You continue to stay open. To stay open, do it open to the public. We're now with the staffing crisis. How are you guys doing? How are you coming through that?
Yeah, so they call this time period the Great Resignation. Did you know that?
I've heard that.
Okay. Yeah, so this Great Resignation has really ripped us apart. In fact, I need about 80 people on staff.
Because your staff is big and you give people opportunities.
Yeah.
You give younger kids opportunities, you give people opportunities, but you're saying there may be a light at the end of the tunnel. I'm hearing that it's easing up a bit. You're saying your search for certain positions, you're starting to get a little bit more activity.
Yeah, so my general manager position, which has been open for quite some time now, I wasn't getting anything at one point. Now I'm beginning to see the inquiries come in. The key now is looking for qualifications, right? Looking for that qualified candidate that's able to have the business and operational mindset that is needed to run our park.
So we're here talking about Launch. Let's talk about all the things that Launch offers. Everything from parties, the food is on point too.
Yeah.
You open it up to the community. Let's hear what Launch has to offer.
Yeah, so we mentor, teach, and role model ethics, economics, and entrepreneurship to our staff and to the community. But we utilize our platform of 9 attractions. So that's laser tag, trampolines, dodgeball, Ninja Warrior obstacle course, jump off wall, tumble tracks, everything is in this place, right? We use this as a platform to reach the masses. And we love helping people have, fun times and great memories with Joey and our birthday parties. We have arcades, we have cafe, we have everything in this facility. And get this, Mike, it's clean. You know it. You can
It is
almost eat
clean.
off the floor.
That is true. I mean, it is sparkling clean, that's for sure. And another thing is, I thought, we're the best business radio program around. That's it, hands down. That's what we do. And we get everybody coming. I thought, but you came by yourself. Nothing against you.
I know.
I thought we would have Joey.
I wanted Joey here.
But because Joey is everywhere, and there is something, Joey's there. Whether it is, the Cameron Gallagher Walk, any type of nonprofit thing, anything, Joey is a part of the community.
Yes, he loves the community, and people love Joey.
Yes, they do.
At one point, I had to make sure people connected Joey to Launch. People were asking for Joey, but didn't realize that Joey slept at Launch. So I needed to connect the dots.
One time I saw, and Joey, we were out at Dory Park, and Joey won a dance battle with Nutsy and
the detective guy.
Yeah,
the dog.
McGruff,
yes.
Okay, and so Joey was out there, hobnobbing with those guys and winning.
Yes.
But that's all part of the community of things that you guys talk about and making it a successful business. You guys are a franchise.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about, so if folks are going into franchising, let's talk about the pluses, some of the pitfalls and things that if a person's going in there, offer them a little bit of advice on what they should do or look for.
Do your research, understand the numbers, right? So do your research, right? You need to be understanding what the need is out in the community in which you're trying to establish a business. What's the problem that's existing out there? And then what are the franchises out there that are solving the problem? And then will also allow you to bring your own creativity and personality to the table. For us, choosing Launch Corporate was a good idea because I wanted to bring LaShawanda. I wanted to bring our belief into the play. And so you need to think through that when you're looking for a franchise. Do you want flexibility, or do you just simply want business in a box and want them to make all of the decisions for you? There are pros and cons to both. Of course, with us having more creativity and flexibility into it, we kind of paved the way and went first and didn't have the answers and the solutions to everything that we needed. Whereas if you want something that's more turnkey, then make sure that company has a strong corporate marketing program, branding and marketing program in place. Mike, we're still trying to crack the code on marketing.
That is true. But you guys do it's a hard time out there now.
It is.
And across the board. And it's kudos to the folks who are still standing. Because certain people ain't standing no more.
Yes, and I feel very blessed and grateful. You guys know, everybody knows when I talk, I have to talk about God. It is because of God that we are still open and that we are still able to treat people to an amazing experience when they come into our park.
That is true. Shout out to Deetra.
Oh man, my staff. Thank you for saying that, because if it wasn't for my staff, the doors are open.
The doors are open.
But we need the team who are just working tirelessly. And I saw an article today on this great resignation that's happening. The labor shortage is hurting the people who are staying behind to hold the doors open, right? Because they're having to carry the workload for everybody that's missing.
They're having that's a problem.
Yes, it's a problem.
Because what happens is, because we don't have enough workers, all of a sudden we're working the workers that we have to death.
Yes.
Running them out the door.
So then that means we as owners and leaders of our companies need to be creative in how we retain the ones that are staying behind. Are we valuing them and showing them appreciation, right? Are we really building relationships with them so that they know that we're there in their life beyond just a paycheck, right? So how are we contributing to their lives and bringing value to them where it feels more like a family environment? And I think that's one of the benefits that we have at Launch, is that the people who's still around, they're family.
You got that right.
They're tight.
Yes, your crew is tight.
They text each other like, I'm not included, okay?
So there's been times that I see that because of the shortage of workers, you're saying, hey, can anybody help me out?
Yes, I get volunteers.
And you get people to help you out.
You know what?
That's
Thank
a
you,
crew.
Mike.
That's a crew. I see it.
There are people out there in the community who I am very thankful for. I won't call names because I don't want to miss anybody, but there's some people out there who are just for LaShawanda. Like they love the good, the bad, and the ugly about me. And I'm so blessed to have them. And I can send a text message the night before and say, hey, we have 5 birthday parties and we had some folks just call out, some sick with COVID or whatever. And they'll be in there, or they'll send their children, or they'll send their sister or cousin if they can't make it. Like that's the kind of the support that we have in the community. And I'm just so thankful. Thank you for bringing that up, Mike.
So there's a couple people at Launch who I just connect them with you all the time. So, okay, who are we talking about?
Well, Melissa Rivera.
Melissa.
Which,
Rivera.
you know, Melissa moved back to Delaware. I don't know if I told you.
You know, I did see that she was moving. I didn't. Now, she's rocked with you guys for a long time.
I had Melissa since she was 18 years old in my life. Right. So she moved here to Virginia when I moved here from Delaware, left her family, moved here with my family to support me and my 4 children and my husband.
She is part of the family.
That's my baby. Right. Yes. And so she's been with me for 15 years. So when we left and then she left, it was like leaving my child behind.
I remember the pictures. I remember pictures. All right. Now let's talk about Deetra.
Oh, my God. Deetra. Deetra came into my life in 2018.
Really?
Mid 2018.
It seems like you guys had connected and been together forever.
There was a divine alignment and appointment for our connection. And whenever there's a divine appointment, there's kindred spirits and kindred hearts. Like we connected at the heart, right? In so many ways, personally, professionally. And then I had Launch as a platform to be able to give her a job. And so she came in as my office manager, and she's been everything from office manager to sales manager to key holder,
the glue,
the cafe work. She's everything. And she has such a warm personality that people call and ask for Deetra, and they associate Launch to Deetra because of her beautiful way of connecting and loving people. Like one of her core values is kindness. And she'll tell you like to be kind to people. And that's what she teaches her children. And you can feel it.
You can feel it. Like whenever she's around, that's something you take from somebody when you're with them, how you feel. They make you feel good.
Yeah.
All right. Mike King, LaShawanda Moore is here. She's rolling with me in studio. Like, I don't get this much. This lady is important and big. We're going to talk about you're an author, you're a speaker, you have workshops. All right, we got to go and pay some bills because the microphone ain't free, plus my grandkids need stuff. So we'll be back on the other side.
I'm Children, the credit card guy.
Mike with Mike. Cheers.
From Michael Mikes. From the Michael Mikes. Michael Mikes. My name is Isabella, and you're listening to Mike King Biz. Hubby, that's my scam.
On the mic with Mike. ESPN Richmond is part of the Mike King Biz Radio Network, which is ESPN Richmond 5 to 7 a.m. The Choice 105.3. We do gospel in the afternoon 2 to 3. And then we're on International Business Growth Radio on Saturdays at 10 a.m. Eastern. If you have a nonprofit or business out there and you want to get exposure, make sure you contact us. Let me know. We offer we have sponsorships available, but we also bring you the game changers at no cost or fee to them. So reach out. You can follow me on social platforms, hashtag Mike King Biz, hashtag On the Mic with Mike. But we got one of the heavy hitters in the house, LaShawanda Moore of Launch Trampoline Park is here with us. Welcome back.
Thank you, Mike.
But you are more than a business owner of Launch. You are an author. Just run down. So you're an engineer by trade.
I am. I'm an engineer, and I work for a Fortune 500 company.
Yes. So every time I deal with you and your husband, I get buttoned up because you guys do not operate well with loosey goosey.
Oh,
you guys with every time I start with you on that.
Yeah, I hear you. But you know what? We've learned so much over the years, and we meet people where they are.
That is true.
I'm no better than anybody else. I'm just a woman who's committed to let my life experiences be an example and used so that others can overcome what it is that they're going through. I happen to be a coach. I'm a published author. I'm a speaker. I'm a consultant. I'm a global strategy leader in my company. I'm a mentor. I am also mentored, and I'm a servant as well. Like I like to serve And I own Launch. I own Elevate Success. And I just launched a new nonprofit.
Okay, well, you got to let us know. What is it?
Yeah, so my new nonprofit is called Live Out Loud Nonprofit Organization. And the whole purpose for Live Out Loud is to help people see the benefits and to educate them on how play and exercise can help them reduce mental stress, mental health issues such as stress, anxiety, depression, and even deal with grief. And this came out of the work that I've been doing with the trampoline park. You know, we give honor roll passes away to students each 9 weeks. What I learned is some students didn't have access or a way to come in and use their honor roll passes. So one of the programs, the first program that we're launching, and we're hoping to do this in January, is to partner with a couple schools to encourage our children to just show up for school, because Richmond Public School System, they're having a problem with getting kids to just show up to school.
Yes.
And so they'll get rewarded through my nonprofit organization to come and have a 2-hour experience at Launch, where we'll do certificates, recognition, some activity, they'll play, they'll eat, and then our transportation will take them back to the school. So this is just kind of some things, you know, as you go in life and business and you learn and you see a need, sometimes there's an advantage in starting a nonprofit organization to help people who don't have a means.
That is true. Let's touch on Elevate Success.
Elevate Success is a coaching and consulting firm, and we work with organizations to teach professional development. So one, we love helping people define who they are, their why, emotional intelligence, customer service. I mean, we can teach and train on everything. My team of 6 amazing coaches and consultants are just super skilled at facilitating and coaching in any topic. We do leadership development as well as some personal development. So some people like to work with me one-on-one to help them overcome some challenges that are keeping them from progressing.
All righty. You also do team building. Let's talk about the team. The team building thing over at Launch is pretty cool.
Yeah, team building at Launch. So what we can do is assign a coach or a host with the team and to facilitate the experience. Sometimes adults don't know how to have fun, right? In a place, right? So we assign a host and we work with them to understand their work styles. We do like a little 10-minute assessment, and then we go play to see those work styles in action, do laser tag game or maybe dodgeball, whatever the team wants to do, come back, chit chat about what we saw, what we noticed, what we learned about one another, and how we can use that beyond Launch, right? When we go back to work together. And then once we do that, we go back and see, okay, how do you strategize and win as a team? And then go back and play and try to beat their scores and that sort of thing. So it's pretty cool.
On the mic with Mike LaShawanda Morris here with us. As we get back to whatever this normal thing is, team building has to be a big part of that. Yeah. Because when I get hired to a company, I never met them because I did it virtual. I'm always wherever I am, even if we're in the same town. You know, maybe that's something that, so for our business owners out there, that's a way to bring everyone together. It's not just running and ripping and just having a good time. This is team building right here to build a good culture.
Yeah, and we got to get back to having fun. During this COVID environment, mental health challenges have escalated like nobody's business. So this is a great way to rebuild, refresh, renew, reconnect, and plan for the next year. So you can bring your strategy sessions to Launch, right? Do your look back on 2021 and your look ahead for 2022, play together, eat together, and then go back into the workplace and implement, execute.
One of Mike with Mike. So I grew up in a business. My mother and father always owned their own businesses. That meant I was always there. My father was always letting me know, hey, do you see that thing? You know, that ain't free. All of those things. The more children are part of Launch, let's talk about raising your kids in an environment where you're business owners and the part that they play.
Yeah, so one of the reasons we opened Launch is because we wanted to start a business in which our kids could participate in. On the side, my husband was a photographer. I was a coach on the side. Those were individual entrepreneurship things. So Launch was a way for them to play and participate. So they were marketing on the street, guerrilla marketing a whole year before we even opened.
I remember.
They manned those booths. You know, they were there. They were handing out. They even come into Launch and work. My two oldest started working when they were 14 and 16.
And your oldest son is getting tall as I don't know what.
Yeah. But their first job was at Launch. And do you know that now that we're in another location, they have jobs because of the experience they got at Launch?
There you go. That's the way to do it. And understanding what it takes for this to be successful.
Yes.
Alrighty, how can people?
Not easy.
It ain't easy.
But it's wonderful.
It is. All right, so let people know how they could find Launch out there. Launch, as well as your Elevate Success and your nonprofit.
So Launch, www.launchrichmond.com. We're on all social media platforms. For Elevate Success, it's LaShawandamore.com. And I am on all platforms as well. For Live Out Loud Nonprofit, stay tuned. I literally just kicked the board off yesterday. So more to come, but you can always reach me, LaShawandamore.com.
And shout out to Keisha out there, Aisha, who's out there doing big
Kaisha,
shout out to her. She's doing big
I'm so
things
proud
in
of her.
Chesterfield. She's kind of like a big deal.
I see her moving up and she did it quickly. I love it.
Yeah, she's, always like engaging with her, all the great things that she does. She's another engineer.
Yes,
And
she and I worked for the same company
I mess
together.
with her with the same thing, and she tells me the same thing. Okay, Mike, we're not like that exactly.
Yeah, we love all human beings. Everybody brings something
But there's
amazing.
a process to things.
There is, and you just need to know how to think strategically. You need to know how to be on the balcony and get into the dance, but come out of that dance so you can go back to the balcony and see what needs to be fixed, the move, tweaks, who needs to play, who doesn't, etc., and get back in there as you need to.
All right, folks, you know what you need to do? Go ahead out to Launch. For anybody who's ever been there, the first thing that jumps out to you, it looks like a military installation. It is clean.
It's clean.
It is clean top to bottom.
They've done a great job. Team is amazing.
Right from the get-go, even you kept the doors open during COVID, doing all the procedures. So ladies and gentlemen, if you have an organization that needs a place to do some team building, go ahead.
Fundraising.
Fundraising too. You guys are the ones who did a lot with the shoes.
Yes. We love giving back to the community. Sneaker drives, back to school drives, supply drives, blood drives.
Any and everything. That's what you're doing. Shout out to all the great things you do. It's good. Now that you come into the studio, see now, I know your schedule is tight. You got people. Have your people. No, I don't have people. It's just me.
You have people. You got a lot of people, Mike.
I got some people.
If you needed anything, Mike, to call me. You need to give away a birthday party on your radio station, just call me, Mike. You got people.
See, ladies and gentlemen, and that's the way things work, because what we do here is we blow up institutions and make it work. Put the word out there, all the great things happening at Launch. Mike King, LaShawanda Moore is here with us. Go check out Launch, Elevate Success. Her books are out there. She is an accomplished speaker. She's great kids too. And make sure when you see Joey out there, give Joey a shout out. He knows Mike King. We know Joey from way back.
Yeah, you were one of the first.
That's right. One of Mike with Mike LaShawanda Moore. We're getting a wrap. We got to go. See y'all later. Take care.
Bye.
All righty.